Warm wishes to all the scientists, delegates and invited speakers, organizer present in this seminar. I am Dr. Monojit Rai, Principal and Professor of Chemistry, Barakpur Rashtraguru Surendranath College. I am going to represent my work, Physicochemical Parameters, Biologically Significant Ions and Correlation with Algae of Tehri Lake, Uttarakhand. My co-workers are Dr. Suraj Sheikh, Assistant Professor and Head of the Department of Botany, Barakpur Rashtraguru Surendranath College, and Dr. Harish Chandra Joshi, Assistant Professor of Sri Guru Ram Rai PG College, Dr. Harshavardhan Pant of Sri Guru Ram Rai PG College. Tehri Lake. Tehri Lake is the tallest lake and dam in India. It is about 260.5 meters, that is 855 feet above the sea level. Tehri Lake is the 12th tallest dam in the world. Tehri Lake is a multi-purpose rock and earth-fill embankment dam on the Bhagirathi River in New Tehri, Uttarakhand. Its length is 575 meters, crest width 20 meters, that is, the lake is average 66 feet deep and base width is 1128 meters. The dam creates a reservoir of 3.54 cubic kilometers for water with a surface area of 52 square kilometers. The importance of Tehri Lake and dam are as follows. The lake is a savior from flood by storing 9,20,000 cubic feet water every year. It generates hydroelectric power. Tehri Lake water provides drinking water to millions, 3,000 cusack to Delhi for 40 lakh peoples and 200 cusack to Uttar Pradesh for 30 lakh peoples. Provide huge fishes including trout fish for fishermen, and local fishermen export those trout fishes to Dubai. Now I am going to show two beautiful videos of our sampling process during monsoon 2022. The lake is very big one and the sampling process was really very different. We 4 people collected samples, that is water samples, algae from different points of the lake, and the process was very tedious and difficult. Especially it was monsoon. Another video is, look at that beautiful video. The lake water is slightly greenish. Some big rocks are also there. He is Dr. Harshavardhan Pant, my co-worker from Dehradun, Sri Guru Ram Rai PG College. These are few GPS photographs of the sampling process. Already I had said that the sampling process was very difficult in Tehri Lake. We had chosen 5 sampling sites within the lake, and those sampling sites are S1 site, that is site 1 is Padiyargaon, site 2 is Panchkoti, site 3 Doalmoti, site 4 Bayali, site 5 Tehri Garhwal, and the location of all the 5 sites are represented in this table. That is, I am again repeating, the sites we had chosen for sampling were Padialgaon, Panchkoti, Doalmoti, Bayali and Tehri Garhwal, and we represented these sites as S1, S2, S3, S4 and S5. During our sampling process, the temperature was 27 degrees centigrade to 27.2 degrees centigrade, and already I had mentioned the time period was July 2022. Now come to the physicochemical parameters of water, what we had found. We had represented all 5 sites as S1, S2, S3, S4 and S5, and the physicochemical parameters are represented in this table. What we had found, pH around 7.83 to 8.3, that is near about 8 in all the sites. That is, the water is slightly alkaline in nature. The conductance value lies between 90 to 100, around 100, that is relatively low than other lakes of India. TDS value we had found around 60 to 70 ppm, low TDS. Salinity is around 46 to 51. So, the salinity is also low for the lake water. Now come to the turbidity. In site 1, that is Padialgaon, we had found turbidity 6.5. In site 2, Doalmoti, we had found 9.6. In site 3, 8.8. In site 4, 4.23. And site 5, 5.7. That is Tehri Garhwal. So, we had found different turbidities in different sites. This may be attributed to the variation of the depth of lake in different sampling site, and hence water turbulence arises due to the variation of depth in different sampling site. Hardness value lies between 39 to 51, that is, the water is soft in nature. BOD value is around 2 milligram per liter, that is very low BOD. Dissolved oxygen value is around 7. We should mention here that if you measure the dissolved oxygen in Rishikesh or in Haridwar, you will find around 10 milligram per liter. But though Tehri is the upper crest of, that is upper flow of Haridwar or Rishikesh, still the BOD, still the dissolved oxygen value is lower than Rishikesh or Haridwar. I will discuss this later, why it is lower than expected, that is dissolved oxygen is lower than expected. Dissolved carbon dioxide value is around 3.7 to 3.9 ppm. It is also low than other lakes of India. So, watching the table, we can say the lake water may be characterized as water reservoir having slightly alkaline pH, low conductance, that is low ion content, low TDS, low salinity, low hardness, low dissolved carbon dioxide, low BOD, that is low level of water pollution in Tehri lake. Now come to the biologically significant ions. Again, we had represented 5 sampling sites S1, S2, S3, S4 and S5, that is mentioned here. S1 is Padialgaon, S2 is Panchkoti, S3 is Doalmoti, S4 is Bayali, S5 is Tehri Garhwal. And the nitrate value lies around 90 to 100 ppm. It is greater than expected. Sodium, potassium, magnesium and calcium are the bulk metal for the living systems. Sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium are very important. That is the most 4 important metals for any living systems. So, these ions, presence of these ions are very significant in any water body. Sodium value lies around 5 to 6 ppm, potassium is also around 5 ppm, magnesium is around 6 ppm, calcium is around 30 to 37 ppm within the lake water, and astonishingly you will find chloride concentration very, very low in the lake water. In the 5 sites we taken for measurements, the chloride concentration we had found 0.002 to 0.009 ppm. That is very negligible chloride in the lake water. Carbonate is around 1.2 to 2.4 ppm. Bicarbonate ion is 40 to 41.48 ppm, and it is also lower than expected value. Phosphate ion present in very low concentration 0.24 to 0.23 ppm in different sites of the lake.
I am Dr. Suraj Sheikh. I am going to describe algal study of this work. After sampling collection and observation under microscope, we have done identification through proper literature studies. And from all these 5 sampling sites, we have found 8 green algae, 3 blue green algae and 5 diatoms. Among green algae, we have found the following genuses: Chlorococcum sp, Volvox sp, Zygnema sp, Odogonium sp, Spirogar sp, Chlorella sp, Eulothrix sp and Rhizoclonium sp. And we have found these following blue-green algae: Lingvia sp, Nostoc sp, Scytonema sp. And among diatoms, we have found Phenularia sp, Nitschia sp, Microcystis sp, Costinodiscus sp and Navicula sp. After studies of some previous work, we have found that green algae prefer acidic pH, that is from 3.5 to 5 range, whereas blue-green algae prefer neutral or alkaline pH. High nitrate and phosphate content lead to abundance of algae, mainly diatoms. It was also reported that conversion of atmospheric nitrogen into nitrogenous compound, that is nitrogen fixation, is one of the important attribute of blue-green algae. Cladophora sp and Nostocopsis sp etc. are absent due to low calcium ion concentration in lake. And it is also reported that about 100 kg of algae is required to produce 1 kg fish. All the references of these findings will be given in the paper.
Now I am going to discussion and conclusion part of the work. Diatoms are the main food for small fishes. Chlorococcum species is also present in Rocky Mountain Lake, Colorado, USA. It is a source of biofuel. That is, chlorococcums are generally occur in high altitude lakes. The most favorable place for Volvox species is deeper lake or pond. In Tehri Lake, Volvox is found as floating small black granules, spherical granules. Odogonium sp has been found to be important in the fixation of heavy metals in freshwater ecosystem, reported from literature. Rhizoclonium species is also found in Great Lakes of USA like Ontario. That is, rhizoconium is generally available in high altitude lakes. salinity and temperature both affect the growth of Rhizoconium species. Rhizoconium is very much abundant in the Tehri Lake. Eulothrix species is more abundant in colder water. Since Tehri is a high altitude lake, Eulothrix is also abundant in Tehri Lake. Chlorella sp is the most cultivated eukaryotic algae since it is widely used as a health food and feed supplement, as well as in the pharmaceutical and cosmetic industry. It contains protein, carbohydrates, some immunostimulators, polysaccharides, vitamins and minerals. All are reported in literature. A meta-analysis published recently in 2022 concluded that chlorella supplementation reduced total and LDL cholesterol but did not improve triglyceride or HDL cholesterol. The effect were seen at 1500 milligrams, that is 1.5 gram per day, whereas higher doses had no effect. Some Lyngbia species cause the human skin irritation called seaweed dermatitis. Poisoning is caused by eating fish which have feed on Lyngbia species or which have feed on other fish which have consumed Lyngbia sp. This is called ciguatera-like poisoning. So, Lyngbia species is a threat for the Tehri Lake. Nostoc species is a symbiotic nitrogen fixing algae, provide nitrogenous compound to the flora of the lake. Schitonema species is also available in Tehri Lake. Schitonema produce anti-skin cancer chemical schitonamine. So, it is a beneficial algae for the lake. Low TDS, that is total dissolved solid, indicates that the water is good for drinking purpose. Species diversity inversely depends on salinity. Salinity is very low for Tehri Lake. So, it is expected that number of species will be available here. Alkalinity is the buffering capacity of any water body. Alkalinity is very low for Tehri Lake. That is, the buffering capacity of lake water is low. Algae collect carbon dioxide for photosynthesis from lake water, that is bicarbonate and dissolved carbon dioxide. Those are also low in the Tehri Lake water. Astonishingly, nitrate concentration in lake water is higher than expected. What we have seen in the table, it is around 90 to 100 ppm. And also higher than Indian standard for drinking purpose, and nitrate concentration for Indian standard for drinking purpose is 45 ppm. So, the lake water contain high nitrate. The element chloride is significant and essential for any algae with respect to photosystem 2, that is photosynthesis. In the lake water, chloride ion concentration is very negligible and almost zero. Magnesium 2 ion is the absolute requirement for photosynthesis pigments. In lake water, magnesium 2 plus ion is also very low. Since chloride ion and magnesium both are very low in Tehri Lake water, photosynthesis is restricted in Tehri Lake and it is also reflected in dissolved oxygen data. So, the dissolved oxygen lies between 7 to 7.1, what we have found. Not DO is around 10 that you can find in Haridwar or in Rishikesh. We will like to acknowledge governing body and research monitoring committee of Barakpur Rashtraguru Surendranath College and Sri Guru Ram Rai PG College, our collaborating college of Dehradun, Uttarakhand. Thank you. This is the beautiful photo of Tehri Lake in evening. It's also a beautiful spot to visit. Thank you very much for your patience hearing. At the end of this lecture, I would like to thank the organizers of AAC 2022, the HNB Garhwal University, IQAC, and especially to Dr. Alok Sagar Gautam for inviting me to deliver this special lecture. Thank you so much. Namaste.